In today's digital age, subscription models are everywhere, from streaming services to subscription boxes, and everything in between. But how did we get here? And what does the future hold for subscription-based services? Let's dive in. Subscription-based business model has a long and interesting history that dates back to the 17th century. It all started with newspapers and magazines offering subscriptions to their readers. These subscriptions allowed readers to receive regular issues of the publication in exchange for a fee. This model proved to be successful and quickly spread to other industries, such as book clubs and music clubs. In the 20th century, subscription-based models evolved with the emergence of new technologies. One example of this is the use of subscription-based software licenses. In the early days of personal computing, software was typically sold on a one-time purchase basis. However, as software became more complex and expensive to develop, companies began to offer subscription-based licenses to help cover their costs. Another example of the evolution of the model is the introduction of subscription-based television services. These services allowed customers to access premium content for a monthly fee rather than having to purchase individual shows or movies. In the 1920s, radio broadcasting companies started offering subscription-based services to listeners. For a monthly fee, subscribers would receive exclusive content and programming, such as live sports broadcasts and radio dramas. These early subscription services were successful and paved the way for the subscription-based models we see today. With the rise of the internet in the 1990s, subscription-based models began to expand into new industries. In 1994, the internet service provider America Online, AOL, introduced a subscription-based model for internet access. This model proved to be successful and helped to popularize the idea of paying for online content and services. In the early 2000s, subscription-based models started to appear in the software industry. Instead of paying for software upfront, customers could pay a monthly fee for access to the software, updates, and customer support. This model allowed software companies to generate recurring revenue and provided customers with a more affordable way to access software. In the early 2010s, subscription boxes gained popularity, providing customers with personalized and curated items for a fixed price. Subscription boxes are a variation of the subscription-based model, and they cater to specific niches like beauty, fashion, and food. The model allows companies to provide a unique and customized experience to their customers while generating predictable revenue. The most significant disruption in the subscription-based model came with the advent of streaming services like Netflix and Spotify. These platforms provide access to an extensive library of content for a fixed monthly fee, making them an attractive option for consumers. The subscription model has enabled streaming services to compete with traditional cable TV and music stores, while offering a more personalized and convenient experience. Subscription-based models and streaming services have become a fundamental part of the media and entertainment industry. With the rise of the internet and digital technology, consumers now have access to a vast array of content delivered through a variety of platforms and devices. The advantages of subscription-based models are clear. Firstly, they provide a predictable and stable revenue stream for content providers, allowing them to plan and invest in their content offerings. Secondly, they offer consumers a cost-effective way to access a large amount of content, often at a fraction of the cost of purchasing individual items. Finally, subscription-based models can help reduce piracy, as users are more likely to pay for content if it is easily accessible and affordable. Streaming services are platforms that allow users to access content on demand, without the need to download or store it on their device. Streaming services have become increasingly popular in recent years, with platforms such as Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney Plus leading the way. The benefits of streaming services are numerous. Firstly, they offer consumers a huge amount of choice, allowing them to access a vast array of content from a variety of sources. Secondly, they provide a convenient way to access content, as users can watch or listen to their favorite shows or music at any time on any device. Finally, streaming services often offer personalized recommendations and curated playlists, making it easier for users to discover new content. Subscription-based models and streaming services are closely intertwined. The rise of streaming services has also led to new business models, such as the freemium model, in which users can access a limited amount of content for free, but must pay a subscription fee to access additional features or content. This model has been successful in a variety of industries, from mobile gaming to online education. Despite the many benefits of subscription-based models and streaming services, there are also several challenges and limitations to be aware of. Firstly, there is the issue of content fragmentation. As more and more streaming services have entered the market, consumers are faced with an ever-increasing number of options, each with their own exclusive content offerings. This can make it difficult and expensive for users to access all the content they want, leading to frustration and potentially driving them back to piracy. Secondly, there is the issue of content quality. As streaming services have become more popular, some have begun to focus more on quantity than quality, flooding their platforms with low-quality content in an attempt to attract more users. This can lead to a dilution of the overall quality of the content on offer, which can ultimately turn users away from the platform. Thirdly, there is the issue of user fatigue. With so many streaming services available, users may find themselves overwhelmed by the amount of content on offer, leading to decision fatigue and burnout. This can make it difficult for streaming services to retain users and keep them engaged over the long term. Fourthly, there is the issue of pricing. While subscription-based models can be cost-effective for users, the cost of subscribing to multiple streaming services can quickly add up, making it unaffordable for some users. This can limit the potential market for streaming services and reduce their overall revenue. Finally, there is the issue of exclusivity. As more and more streaming services compete for users, they may begin to focus on securing exclusive content deals, locking users into their platform and limiting their ability to access content elsewhere. This can be frustrating for users, who may feel trapped by the platform and unable to access all the content they want. Over the past few decades, the gaming industry has experienced significant growth and evolution, particularly in the way games are distributed and monetized. One of the most notable changes has been the shift towards a subscription-based model, which has become increasingly popular among both game developers and players. The subscription-based model is not a new concept in the gaming industry. In fact, it can be traced back to the early days of online gaming, where gamers were required to pay a monthly fee to access specific online games. However, the model became more prevalent in the mid-2000s, particularly with the rise of massively multiplayer online role-playing games, MMORPGs, such as World of Warcraft. This game required players to pay a monthly subscription fee in order to play the game. Since then, the subscription-based model has evolved significantly. Instead of paying a monthly fee to access a single game, players can now subscribe to services such as Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, which offer access to a wide range of games for a monthly or yearly fee. These services also often offer additional benefits such as discounts on games and access to exclusive content. So, what does the future hold for subscription-based models? It's likely that we will continue to see more industries adopt subscription-based models as a way to generate recurring revenue and build a loyal customer base. Additionally, we may see more personalized and customized subscription services, where customers can choose which products or services they want to receive and at what frequency.